Hola, amigos. Welcome to the Escuela de Old Goats and Institute of Lower Learning. I'm enjoying myself. I'm so technically inept, but I'm enjoying myself. It's really been therapeutic for me to share things that many of these things I've shared on a private basis many times over the years, but I'm gratified that there are people who I'll probably never meet in person who seem to be getting something out of it. I'm amazed how many people have watched some of these videos. It's over 10,000 views, and it's just been over 2 weeks since I started this channel. So I thank you for that. I would invite you to comment because I need accountability, I need insight, I need course correction, I need depth of understanding on things that I'm just scratching the surface on. And as I mentioned in a recent short, everybody's the goat about something, not the old goat. I'm the only old goat. And that's probably because I'm stubborn and hard-headed, not because I'm the greatest of all time at anything. But at any rate, I know some of you are the greatest of all time. And I'm sticking my fat head in front of this because I want to obscure that for the moment. So try to relax, because I'll get my head out of the way at some point so you can read what's on the board here. But I want to share my take on an old saying. And that old saying is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Well, my take on that is that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him a cow. Now, I really believe that, and this is kind of allegorically speaking here, I believe sometimes you can manipulate a horse and make him drink. And again, figuratively speaking, sometimes we're in a position where, because of the dynamics in a relationship or just the situation, I was involved in law enforcement for a short period of time a few years ago, and you know, I was in a couple of situations where I just had to take charge. And you know, I wasn't friends with the person by any means, didn't have any animus towards them personally, but I had to coerce or force or manipulate them, talk them or force whichever was necessary into doing what was necessary, what was expedient in the situation. So anyway, what's it mean you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him a cow? Well, it means that while you may be able to coerce the desired behavior as you interact with other people, and unfortunately in relationships, sometimes this is so subtle and it's so destructive. There's a lot of narcissism in our culture, and I think most of us have some narcissistic tendencies. But if you're not aware of that, and if you're not fighting that, you're not being fair to the people around you, and you're cheating yourself of a deeper, better, more fulfilling, mutually beneficial relationship. So back to this though. Yes, you can sometimes coerce and manipulate and acquire the behavior, the desired behavior, the behavior you're looking for from somebody. But if you want somebody to really change, if you want to turn a horse into a cow, can you really do that? Not all by yourself. My favorite psychology joke, and I heard this years and years ago, my oldest son is a doctor of psychology. He had to take that role in life so he could work on me. I need to work. And I didn't get this joke from him. I don't remember where I heard it, but you know, the joke is this: how many psychologists does it take to change a light bulb? Just one, but the light bulb really has to want to change. However, I really believe that sometimes in relationship with other people, when they know how much we care, I had a friend one time who said that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now, she credits me with telling her that, but I think she told me that. It doesn't really matter. It's not original to either one of us. I have to footnote Anonymous, because Anonymous wrote that one like he wrote so many other things. But if you want somebody to change, the most powerful thing you can do is be an example of change. Now, maybe we're talking about an area in life where you've already changed in that area. But when you're in relationship with somebody and they see an eagerness on your part, a willingness on your part to grow and to change and to mature and become less self-focused and more other-focused, that sometimes has a powerful impact on people that motivates them to do what they didn't intend to do. You know, we all have competing instincts and desires. I remember a story I read a long, long time ago about an experiment during World War II where they put a bunch of soldiers on a bread and basic bread and water diet, basically a survival bare subsistence diet. And it was amazing the change that came over those guys. Instead of having pinups of Betty Grable and whoever else in their lockers, they started, and they weren't supposed to have anything that was a picture of food, but they started hoarding and hiding, not pornography and those kind of things, but pictures of food. And when you are on your way to get a hamburger, you run off the road, run into a deep lake, all of a sudden the hamburger doesn't really mean that much to you because a more important instinct takes over. And the interesting thing is, when we have the opportunity to be drawn into a deeper walk in life, a more meaningful, purposeful life, really the life that our Creator, our Recreator, Jesus offers us, sometimes in spite of ourselves, we begin to embrace and pursue change. So, in closing, if you want to lead someone to be a cow, be a cow. Demonstrate what it's like to eagerly, willingly be accountable, be humble enough to be taught and to seek and grow. And some of us, self included, ego makes that hard. You want to lead a horse to water? Be a cow. Wish you well.